Welcome to Bearcat Update. I'm Alex Sanchez.
And I'm Jenny James.
We're conference champs, baby.
That means it's ring season.
Boom.
Today on the show, we are bringing you your latest Bearcat sports news.
The Northwest football team closed up regular season play this past weekend in Warrensburg. They had a lot on the line, but came out of the game with a piece of the conference championship.
Let's take a look at the highlights. Northwest goes into Warrensburg and puts on a show. Already 7 points up, Braden Wright gets the snap and finds Marcus Andrews. Andrews fights for the touchdown to put the Bearcats up 14-0 in the first quarter. Kyle Bradley in the shotgun looks for a receiver, but Brody Buck is there and intercepts the ball to return it to Central Missouri's 9-yard line. Bearcat offense on UCM's 20-yard line. Braden Wright finds Caldwell, and Caldwell finds the end zone yet again untouched. Can't get enough, Caldwell again gets the ball, breaks to the outside, and with a huge stiff arm, he runs it to the big house. The Cats take home the win, 48-21.
The Cats are looking ahead to the playoffs, which can take them anywhere. We send it to John Walker at the seating announcement.
Thanks, guys. John Walker here for Bearcat Update inside the Hughes Field House, where Northwest is just moments away from finding out their seeding for the Super Region 3 playoff bracket. Not too many things should change within the top 6. You might see some changes at 1 to 2, but it's not going to affect Rich Wright's squads that much. If you look back to last week's rankings, Ferris State topped things off as the 1 seed. They're a peg to have the bye right now. Right behind them is Ouachita Baptist, and then Grand Valley State. The University of Indy sat at 4, followed by Fort Hays State, and then the Bearcats at 6th. So right now, Northwest is pegged to take on Grand Valley on Saturday in Michigan. Things could change as soon as the bracket's released, but we'll find out and get some words from Coach Wright and his players.
I got enough time to soak it in, but we're ready for a playoff game, and we're ready to get back to practice on Tuesday.
Alrighty, guys, there you have it. Outside of the classroom that Northwest Football and Rich Wright and his squad are watching the D2 selection show, as they have just found out that they are the 6th seed in Super Region 3. They will head on to Southern Michigan to take on Grand Valley State. Ouachita Baptist is going to jump to the 1 seed and get the bye. And then Ferris State's going to fall to 2, where they will host Harding. And then the 4-5 matchup, Indy is going to host Fort Hays State. And then the 6 and 3 is going to consist of Grand Valley State hosting the Northwest Bearcats. We'll head down to the media conference where we hear from Rich Wright.
It's such a great rivalry. I've been here for 15 years, so I've gotten to play in all those games over the years. And so it's I'm just excited for the opportunity to go up to Allendale, Michigan, and play Grand Valley State.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap things up here from Hughes Fieldhouse. You heard it from Rich Wright himself and star running back Josh Caldwell that no matter who they were playing, they were ready to put their heads down, go to work, and it just so happens they have a date with Destiny and with Grand Valley State in Michigan this Saturday. Back to you guys.
Thanks, John. The players look to go far in the playoffs this year. Our reporter Nolan Brooks sat down with some of the players to talk postseason play. Nolan?
After winning their 29th conference title, Bearcat football has their eyes on the playoffs. I caught up with wide receiver Alec Tatum to see how he's preparing for their first-round matchup.
Personally, I'm just doing what I've been doing the whole year. I'm making sure I take care of my body, get good sleep, eat good, and practice hard, and make sure my legs are fresh, ice bath every day, and just do everything I can to be in the best shape I can be.
When it comes to playoff football, however, quarterback Chama Pierre tells us there's more to work on than just the basics.
One of the things is the coaches here always preach is embracing the weather. You know, as the weather gets colder, it gets harder to play, things get tougher. But for me personally, it would just have to be, I would just focus on doing my 1/11th and making sure that everything that I do is geared towards helping the team's success.
Bearcat football is accustomed to being a #1 seed come playoff time, but not holding that spot, according to Pierre, is nothing to worry about.
It definitely doesn't surprise us. It doesn't change anything. We come in every day ready to work, and that's always been the mentality. Whether we were first or last, it doesn't really matter to us. We all share and have that same mentality, and that's to just take everything week by week. And so, yeah, we're looking to surprise people, because a lot of people are counting us out. They don't think we could do it and all that. So, that just fuels us. That just gives us more motivation to do what we do.
The football team's season ended early last year, but with a new team and eyes on the prize, The young Bearcats look to bring the national title back home to Maryville. For Bearcat Update, I'm Nolan Brooks.
Thanks, Nolan. We're going to take a quick break, but stick around. We're not done talking Bearcat football just yet. You're watching Bearcat Update on KNWT Channel 8.
Welcome back to Bearcat Update. The Northwest football team is heading to the playoffs.
Ben Altoff is one of many seniors leading the team into the playoffs, which they're getting ready for this weekend.
Today on Bearcat Boulevard, we are joined by Ben Altoff. Ben, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, guys.
So going off of Saturday's game, how does it feel to clinch part of the conference title, especially last year coming up a little short?
It definitely is a good feeling for us. We wanted to get it last week at Hayes, especially, but it's a great feeling just to be back to where we were a couple years ago, getting the title again, and we're excited. Just gives us momentum moving forward to the playoffs.
Yeah. And again, congratulations. How does it feel for your senior year to be in the playoffs?
It's great. Nothing's guaranteed with that, and it's a fight just to get in the playoffs every year. We know that we have a long journey going on the road, but we're excited about that, and we're ready to embrace that. You know, whether we go north to Michigan or south, you know, Arkansas, anywhere we land, I think we'll be ready as a team.
You mentioned being on the road. How much harder is that? I know you kind of tasted a little bit of being home so many years, so how hard is it now having to travel quite a bit?
There is a little different element to it, but no matter where we're at, we just got to play football and focus on doing our job the best that we can. You know, road environment's a little different with the fan, and it's harder for Bearcat fans to make it that far to some of the games that are farther, but we're just going to embrace it the best we can and just come out with a victory.
And how are you guys going to prepare for the playoffs? Is practices, are they changing?
Definitely a little bit, but just our attention to detail just has to pick up even more. Just keying in on those little things that are going to help me do my job and the guys around me do their job the best that they possibly can. So just more emphasis on focus.
This is pretty much the same spot you guys were in last year, minus the conference title thing, but traveling the first round of playoffs, what would you say needs to be kind of different from last year to continue advancing each week?
Just continuing to get better through the week and through practice. You know, we're kind of limited on time, you know, with the amount of practices we can get in before game days, but just using each day and preparing the best that we possibly can and just pushing forward, you know, to get that first round. You know, one of our goals is spending Thanksgiving together, and, you know, we can't accomplish that next goal if we don't win this weekend, so that's our emphasis.
I wanted to ask a quick question about you personally. What was it like to be honored for or I guess nominated for the William V. Campbell Trophy?
It was really humbling. You know, the group of guys that get to be nominated for that they're a special group. And the finalists that got that are some special young men, and, you know, just to be even thought of for an award like that is really humbling, and it was cool.
That's very awesome, but Ben, that's all the time we have. We hope you the best this weekend in playoffs, wherever it may be. We wish you the best of luck and hope you guys can just keep striving.
Thank you guys very much.
We are going to take a quick break, but stick around on Bearcat Update, KNWT Channel 8. Welcome back to Bearcat Update. Our volleyball team had an emotional loss last Tuesday. The girls played a rough match with Central Missouri, not able to keep up with the Jennies. The Cats fall in 4 sets, making it the last time our seniors will take the court.
Looking back at the season, the girls have made major strides in moving towards a standout program. Senior Maddie Bruder was named MIAA Player of the Year, led by MIAA Coach of the Year, Amy Worth. This is the first time since 1984 both Player of the Year and Coach of the Year have been from Northwest.
But it doesn't stop here. Maddie Bruder, Sophia Schleppenbach, and Maddie Ahrens were all MIAA's first team, and Olivia Nowakowski and Holly Sidney were named to second team. Congratulations to the girls on an outstanding season, and I can't wait to see how they continue to build on this success in upcoming years.
The cross-country team is also closing up their season, heading to the regional meet on Saturday. Senior Maria Mostek is ready to compete.
Fitness-wise, we haven't done anything different. We're still speed speed work, but mentally it's just staying focused, and it's a long season. It's 2 weeks longer than last year since it's like a tournament or a festival year. I think all the nationals are in one city, so it just stretches out longer, and I think people are kind of starting to feel it, but just staying mentally in it and working hard.
Should be a competitive meet with how the Cats have been running lately.
Our men's basketball team is sharing in the success just 4 games into their season. Our reporter Becca Ross catches up with the team looking forward to the season. Becca?
The Northwest men's basketball team is off to a great start with a 4-0 record. Assistant coach Zach Snyder is excited for the rest of the season to come and sees a bright future for the team. With the loss of D2 Player of the Year Justin Pitts and multiple other seniors, the team will have some holes to fill.
Yeah, just working on people doing their role a little bit better. Obviously, without a playmaker like Justin, guys are going to have to step up into that role, and we've got 3 guards that have done a pretty good job of doing that so far. And obviously we're young, so we know there's going to be a couple bumps in the road early, but we're just really having a good time with this team. Obviously very fun to work with. The seniors are doing a great job as well, so it's been fun so far.
With a strong start to the season, senior Dre Starles is ready to take on this last year as a Bearcat. Having been a part of a national championship winning team, he knows what it takes to go all the way. Though they may be a young team this year, both Dre and Coach Snyder see promise in this team.
Bringing it every day, working on our intensity. Some things we work in practice is just rebounding and defensive transition. We're not accustomed to sprinting down the floor, and just the new guys aren't used to that game speed yet. So the scrimmages that we've had earlier, we're just working on sprinting down the floor and trying to be the bully, I guess you could say, and just be tough.
I would say consistent energy just from everybody. I mean, we're very talented and very young, like I said, so there are days in practice where we're really good and we look really good, and then there's days where the youth kind of gets to us and we don't really want to go hard, and you can kind of see that drop off. So really consistent energy is probably the biggest thing that we've preached so far.
With 4 games down and a whole season to go, the Northwest men's basketball team has a lot to look forward to in the games to come. For Bearcat Update, I'm Becca Ross.
Thanks, Becca. The number 5 ranked Cats are heating up on the floor, draining 3 after 3. They headed back down to St. Joe for the Hilliard Tip-Off Classic. Friday, they took on Upper Iowa with Ryan Hawkins draining 7 3-pointers and Trevor Hudgens adjusting well to the spotlight with 18 points. The Cats will grab the dub in Game 1, 76-59.
They turn around on Saturday, taking on Winona State. Hudgens again killing the game with 25 points on the board with 11 assists. Senior leader Joey Wittes also putting up big numbers with 21 points. Northwest takes the game 84-59, making this their 25th straight win on a neutral court. The boys will be home this Friday, taking on Truman State.
The girls, on the other hand, open up their season in Nebraska this past weekend. The Cats fall to Wayne State 75-58 on Friday.
Saturday, they played a close game with Minnesota Crookston, but can't pull it out and drop to the Golden Eagles 79-71. The girls look to turn around the start of their season on Wednesday at home against College of St. Mary.
There's a lot going on this week. Let's take a look at our top picks. Our cross-country team is taking a trip down to Joplin, Missouri on Saturday to compete at the NCAA Central Region Championships. I'm expecting big things to come out of the regional meet, especially Kareem, who's dominating this conference.
Yes, definitely. After capturing another conference title, the Cats are headed to the playoffs. Heading on the road for the first round has proven to be difficult for the Cats looking at last year's season, but I'm hoping for a different outcome this weekend. I have a good feeling about this postseason.
Yeah, so do I. That's all we have for you this week.
Thanks for tuning into this week's episode of Bearcat Update. You can follow us on Twitter at BearcatUpdate_8.
Or watch all of our previous episodes on YouTube at KNWT 8. Thanks for watching and have a great night. Hey, congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. You just won a prize. You have a change for 5?
You're ridiculous. You can catch last week's episode up here and all of our previous episodes down here. Check it out.
I have coupons.
What is that?
This is my, I don't know.